Before the architecture of the sky or the cradle of the sea, there was only chaos. Not a stillness, but a screaming infinite. A terrifying, boundless static, where nothing could breathe, nothing could be. It was the deafening sound of potential, waiting. Then, a shift in the frequency. A single, fierce heartbeat wrestled from the dark. Matter found its anchor. Light found its speed. And chaos surrendered to a symphony. Eons spiraled into seconds. Dust coalesced into empires. Gears turned into glowing cities. Yet, beneath the concrete and the quiet, chaos remained. It just changed its voice. Now, it roars through our circuits. It is a breathless deluge of signals. Billions of human moments, transactions, ideas. A new ocean, threatening to drown us in data. And once again, we find ourselves standing at the edge of that deafening void, needing, desperately, to find the signal. Because this isn't just data, it is us. So we listen. We tune the static into substance. We turn that deafening raw volume into movement, growth, and clarity. The story never ended. Chaos still demands order. Order still yields understanding. And understanding is the genesis of everything next.
Hello everyone. Thanks for tuning in around the world and warmly welcome to this a bit mysterious launch we have been promoting. I'm excited as today we are about to solve some big hairy problems and seizing also a massive opportunity for any digitally driven company to grow and make customers smile even more. Hopefully everyone is sitting relaxed, having coffee, tea, whatever, and having at the same time very open mind and lots of curiosity. That's what I'm hoping. I'm Ari, CMO at DigitalRoute's, and your host here today. During the next 60 minutes or so, we will explore, explain, and maybe even entertain you a bit, so stay with us. Today, we are talking about a strategic shift from the first generation SaaS monetization strategies and models into something what we called living monetization era. Let me begin with the question, have you ever paid for a subscription month after month after month, even when you barely use it, and realized you paid exactly the same amount as someone else who is actually using it all the time? Or have you ever bought the seat-based enterprise license without knowing even how many seats are actively used or needed? Yes, you have. I know. We all have. how is that model fair for the end users or a good deal for a company? That's the question. According to research, 30 to 40% of seats in enterprises are unused and wasteful. Those innocent questions that I just placed reveal underlying problem of the first generation SaaS and subscription era that we are all so used to. We have learned that static, predictable, flat fee subscriptions tied to the simple seats, tiers, or built with fixed cycles are going to scale forever. And don't get me wrong, I love that era as well. That era gave software business the scale, accelerated our shift from ground to cloud, and made life, especially for finance team and Wall Street, very, very comfortable. But it also created a big illusion. Illusion that customer value is somehow static, fixed, uniform. And that illusion that a chargeable unit of value needs to be something built for predictability and convenience of the business. But that has nothing to do with the usage value or the outcomes customers get. The first generation SaaS monetization model became so dominant and successful that it actually, which is sad, killed the pricing differentiation and innovation. Suddenly, everyone was so busy looking exactly like everyone else. Believe me, that illusion, and that makes me super happy, is that that era is ending and reaching its limits right now. Today, we are moving beyond the first generation SaaS monetization. The shift is dynamic, constantly evolving, and adapting all the time to the changes. And if any one of you is now thinking, my business is not there, we are not changing, let's rethink. Let me break it down for you. Firstly, the customer value has never been created in the moment of purchase or when someone signs up to the subscription. Value experience is always created in the moment someone is actually using the product or service, or consuming the resources, or enjoying the outcome because of the usage. So, product value is momentary, always individual, and constantly in motion. And if your pricing reflects, as it should, the value you deliver, it should also be connected to these moments, right? That's fair, that's transparent and right. According to the research, over 80% of the customers are today saying that usage-based pricing aligns better with the value experience they have. And here's the spark that has accelerated everything. The magical 2 letters, AI. AI usage has changed the monetization economics fast. Best SaaS companies, let that sink in. Best SaaS companies were having 80 to 90% margins. And now they see them dropping by 10 to 30% because they are adding AI products and features into their portfolio. Why? Because they price it wrongly, and the costs are coming in uncontrolled manner. So the only way to win is to adopt dynamic usage-based pricing and fast, be it credits, be it tokens, be it AI tasks. But unfortunately, most of the companies aren't ready for this shift. And that's not all. Usage-based AI monetization is creating a new experience. And it's creating a habit as we speak. When customers experience fair and transparent service and pricing in one service, you expect it everywhere soon. That's what we called liquid expectations. So the expectations that are flowing across from one service to another, from one industry to another, and it's all resetting what good pricing means. So my point being that every digitally driven industry and company will be affected by this AI monetization effect. So, welcome to the living monetization era, where monetization doesn't sit still. It is in the constant flow. It adapts and evolves in motion, in real time.
Mediation, data mediation, is in that diagram as an equal peer component. And notice something, it's not connected to any specific application. It's completely independent, it attaches to a common data and signaling bus. And really what it means is that you may need access to this data layer, whether you're doing billing or revenue recognition, or you're doing CPQ and you're trying to do dynamic pricing. We see it as absolutely essential for that, and not just something that is an appendage for billing only.
And there's no one better to talk about what all of this means to DigitalRoute, our customers, our partners, and for this launch, than our CEO, Andreas Schardman. Please welcome Andreas. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good, good. Welcome, Andreas.
Thank you so much, Ari.
What has all of this got to do with DigitalRoute? Why are we talking about this so passionately?
Yeah, let's put it in the context of DigitalRoute, our company. First of all, we are a global tech company specialized in usage data management for monetization since the early 2000s. So this moment, this shift that we're talking about, isn't anything new to us. It's what we are built for, everyday life, what we are working with, long before SaaS, long before AI credit, what we're talking about today, tokens, cloud. We've been solving for the hardest usage monetization problems in the world with precision, reliability, and really, really big scale. We did this for the pioneers of digital services. We helped the leaders in telecoms, big cloud providers, travel, transport, logistic companies, you name it. Enterprises where usage monetization and usage-based business model was built from day one. And now, as we're moving into this living monetization era, our expertise is needed more than ever. Right now, right here.
Great. Big, bold words, right? Makes a lot of sense. But what about today's launch? Why does this matter and why it matters right now?
I think we need to start with some fundamental facts. We need to baseline things, right? So we're all on the same page. The next age of digital services and digital businesses all run on usage. And this is a fundamental fact that we need to start from. The core of every digital service is usage. And the moment that you decide to move into usage-based or outcome-based monetization, you become usage data dependent. Nothing works without usage data. And we're talking about the most important business process that we run in companies, monetization process, right? What is more important than that? From data
Nothing.
to dollars,
Yeah.
right? It starts with product creation, pricing, thinking, logic, billing, invoicing, communication to your end customers, and then at the end, revenue recognition, right? All these data all the consumption goes into your ERP system.
From moment to cash.
From moment to cash.
Okay, sounds like this shift that we've been talking about and becoming data dependent, like you said, is moving away from being something optional, something nice to have, into the must have, a critical capability. Okay, if we follow that logic, what are the customer options?
Yeah, let's start with a little bit of unpleasant truth. Most companies actually don't have what is needed. Their monetization infrastructure was built for what we call the first generation of SaaS monetization needs. You move from selling product to a recurring business model. And a lot of systems is actually built from that starting point. But let's talk about the options, because there are options, right?
Yeah.
And the feasibility, the needs that you might have, it starts with the business complexity that you run. How does it look like? How do you want to price?
How many products and how many, the complexity. Right?
Exactly. And how much data do you produce? How much of data is coming out of your digital services? What's the velocity of that data? And what's the variety of data as well? Now, if you take these 3 V's and put them together, it can become very, very complicated, right? The different opportunities and the different options that you have, we could start with billing systems, right? Most companies have some kind of ERP system, they have some kind of CRM system. And if you run a digital service with subscriptions as your base, you probably have a billing system and you run it in the cloud as well. Now, these systems, we go back to this first era, right? They're built for recurring billing. That's it.
That's the purpose.
Yeah, that's the purpose, right? And they do that really well. Then you have, actually what's really exciting nowadays is that we have a lot of newcomers coming into the space, right? And we're calling them the metering newcomers, the metering newbies maybe. And these guys are really interesting because they're innovative. They're coming with a new stack, a new thinking. And we like that because it's creating this new era together with us, right?
A category.
A new category. Now, the challenges with both these options is that they are data receivers, right? They all leave the big, hairy data problem to the end customers. And finally, option number 3, you can, of course, build this yourself, right?
In-house.
In-house build, do it yourself with different components, etc. Now, challenge with that, and we learned over these 25 years, 8 of 10 companies that we have in dialogue, they find it very, very hard to scale. It's expensive. You constantly need to throw developers on it. It's rigid, and it's actually error prone. You can't trust the data from your homegrown systems.
Okay, that sounds challenging, but nothing new, like you said. I mean, you shouldn't go into the dark place because there are good options. So are you saying that DigitalRoute's is bringing something better?
I mean, I think we're bringing peace of mind.
That's cool.
And that's not bad.
Yeah.
A lot of companies are moving into this next monetization era with feeling scared and taking on a lot of risk. There is no need for that. You can just look at the pioneers of digital services and leaders that are taking on this movement with grace and scale and build exactly the standards that they have done.
Learn from them. Right?
Learn from them.
Yeah. If we follow these leaders and pioneers who have actually done it successfully, what is their secret sauce? What do they do?
I think that's a great question because they all have a few things in common, right? First of all, they start building a powerful usage data core, which is the foundation of the entire monetization engine, right? And this core is built for real time. It has intelligence embedded. It's fully automated for speed and agility.
Right.
And it's finance grade as well, right? Because this is a financial process, and at the end of this process, all of these records that start with the usage moment in the beginning of the process should hit your ERP, and it needs to be compliant. It needs to be trusted, and it has to be zero data entropy.
Yeah.
They also decouple this core from the production system where you're provisioning your digital services, you create your digital services. And also it's decoupled from the financial applications in the process.
The business application.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because you need to have flexibility, you need to be able to change, and you need to be able to scale your data pipelines. The last thing is that they all rely on commercial platforms. They actually don't build themselves because they know that is very costly, complicated, error-prone. So they rely on commercial platforms to have fast advancement, reduce complexity, and the absolute lowest total cost of ownership.
And that's where we step in, right?
Yeah, and today marks a big milestone for our company. We're taking 25 years of experience, innovation, and dedication, helping world's largest enterprises with their monetization processes. And we're making all of this accessible to every modern monetizer. We call it Usage Cloud, and it defines the category, the intelligent usage data and monetization platform. We have built it for the past 25 years, and it's proven to scale and built to turn every usage moment into value instantly.
Andreas, I see a little bit pride in your eyes. How does it feel? How does it feel?
I've been the CEO of this company for the last 8 years, and I've been waiting for this moment. The market is, as we speak here today, walking towards us. Usage monetization is becoming the new norm, and I'm excited about that.
Sure.
And so far, we have deployed our platform with more than 400 companies. And with this launch, we feel that we are democratizing technology that previously been used exclusively by global, very complicated, high-volume leaders and pioneers of usage monetization. And now we're making that available for anyone, and that feels really, really good. Our purpose has always been the same, turning usage moments into meaningful value for businesses, people, and planet. And right now, we are on a mission to build the #1 intelligent usage data and monetization platform and accelerate the digital-driven world's transition to living monetization and taking that a huge step forward.
Okay, that sounds great. I think the audience can't wait to see the platform in action. But before we go there, give us your 5 cents as a key takeaway from this.
I think the main advice that we have, and with all the experience that we sit on, is really to start with data. So build confidence before you start to replace what you have, or making big investment into new. This minimum effective transformation that we provide happens through starting exploring, starting small, but you have to start with data. And that's going to be the difference in your monetization strategy and modeling going forward. Looking at all the companies that we are speaking to today, we see that more than 70% of all SaaS companies can become usage ready just by powering the existing stack with intelligent usage data. And for all of those who are already there, modernization is a must. Homegrown stacks will not make it. It will just create a lot of challenge. When complexity rise, volume rise, and the velocity start to speed up things, you need to accelerate to be competitive. You need to be innovative. You need to try out new things. And there you need the flexibility that intelligent usage data gives you.
Okay, I love that. Minimum effective transformation instead of rushing into the huge investments before you even know how does it turn out. So that's a good advice.
I think it's extremely important, right?
Yeah.
Most companies, they actually start to build something themselves. They pour engineering capabilities into this process. Now ask yourself, wouldn't you like to bring those engineering hours into building what is core of your business instead of maintaining something that will never scale and just cause you a headache?
Right. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Thanks, Andreas. That was a good advice. And let's end here. Fantastic. So, ladies and gentlemen, dear monetizers of tomorrow, the moment you have been waiting for, let's introduce Usage Cloud, the #1 intelligence, usage data, and monetization platform in action. So, big promise to all of you is that your usage data chaos, the guesswork, and also the monetization drama ends today.
Sounds great.
Thanks.
Glad that it's running. It went live. We had to do a lot of co-innovation at that time, and then coming back here to SAP, now implementing it here at SAP. It's a damn complicated pricing model that we have today. And to be honest, without DigitalRoute, even here at SAP, we couldn't do it because a lot of the data, a lot of the balances, a lot of the stuff we need here, we couldn't even store at convergent charging. We need to store it at convergent mediation. We basically, here in the project that we do here, we extended the billing part from convergent charging into convergent mediation so that it's a combined billing engine, and it's fantastic. SAP is really, really important that we can trust the data and the processes that are flowing through, because we are closing the books at the end of the month and at the end of the quarter. So reliable data is a foundation. The SAP tools provide the reliability of the data anyhow. But DigitalRoute's data is really important because we are getting over 300 million data of records. We do need to do a lot of massaging of the data. We need to do a lot of quality checks. We need to ensure that we don't have duplicates or incorrect data so that the billing can be processed automatically.
Let me introduce today's star, Emil Eriksson. And big credit goes to entire DigitalRoute product team as well. They have worked relentlessly to make this moment real and happen. Emil, stage is yours.
Thank you, Ari. Hi, everyone. We've been busy, and we're really excited to finally share what we've been working on. The next evolution of DigitalRoute and our flagship platform, Usage Cloud. Our team has spent years building this quietly, shaping it with the same precision and care that's defined our work since the early days of usage data mediation. And now it's time to show you what's next. For those who already know DigitalRoute, you know what we're about, helping companies make sense of complex usage data and turning it into real business value. Whether you're a global telco, a fast-scaling SaaS, or a digital enterprise exploring new revenue models, Usage Cloud has something for you. And many of you have probably already experienced DigitalRoute without actually realizing it. Every time a service charges you based on how much you actually use, that's our technology making it possible. Now, with this new generation, we're going further. Usage Cloud comes with a completely new platform, expanded AI intelligence, and a redesigned user experience that brings full observability, automation, and control to your usage data, all in real time. This level of precision used to only be possible for the largest corporations of the world. Today, that is changing. And we're bringing that level of precision to companies of any size. Now, there's a lot to unpack here today, but let's start with what matters the most, impact for our heroes. Because at its core, Usage Cloud helps every part of your business work smarter. From product and pricing teams that are pushing for new dynamic business models, engineering teams that are tasked with building reliable, real-time monetization infrastructure, to finance and RevOps that are responsible for ensuring every usage event is trusted, auditable, and revenue ready. Usage Cloud is here to empower all the AI monetizers, those turning AI features into measurable business value, usage adopters, companies moving from static to usage-based or hybrid monetization models, monetization stack modernizers, teams modernizing legacy infrastructure for agility and automation, and of course, usage revenue guardians, finance teams managing fluctuating revenues and compliance, setting them up for success in this new era. Now, the struggle is real. Businesses looking to monetize usage very often only see the tip of the iceberg. That is, until they actually try. Now, if you've ever tried to monetize usage without the right tools, no matter if you're an AI monetizer, a usage adopter, a monetization stack modernizer, or a usage revenue guardian, you'll most probably recognize at least some of these pain points. Data chaos. Massive real-time usage data arrives from countless sources, often in incompatible formats. It's raw, it's incomplete, and it's simply not ready for finance-grade needs or automation. Revenue leakage. Inaccurate or delayed usage data leads to lost revenue, billing disputes, and compliance headaches. Operational complexity. Engineering teams struggle with systems that can't keep up with high-velocity data, ever-changing requirements, and business needs. In flexible monetization, product teams can't quickly launch or adapt to new models, leading to lost market opportunities. Forecasting pain. Finance teams face unpredictable revenue streams and struggle with accurate forecasting. And then, of course, finally, customer dissatisfaction. End customers demand and they expect fairness, transparency, and only want to pay for what they use. Every new era needs a new engine. Usage Cloud is the world's first intelligent usage data platform. It's purpose-built to power the new era of usage monetization. Now, unlike generic data platforms, it is usage data native. It's designed to handle the most demanding, high-velocity, real-time data generated by digital products and services. It transforms raw, chaotic usage data into trusted, actionable, finance-grade value in real time and at scale. The Usage Cloud is centered around three core pillars: usage data management, usage tracking, and usage intelligence. Together, these pillars deliver the following value: clarity, control, and confidence. A unified real-time truth for all usage data, enabling clarity for business leaders, control for engineering teams, and confidence for finance. Faster innovation. The ability to launch new products, bundles, and business models in days, not months. Lower cost and risk. Modernization of monetization infrastructure without the need for costly rip and replace projects. Finance-grade precision. Every usage event is accurate, auditable, and revenue-ready, ensuring trust and compliance across your organization. So now we're going to have a look at some high-level key capabilities of Usage Cloud. And we're going to start with usage data management. Usage data management connects and processes real-time usage data from any source or format, turning chaos into clarity. We have usage tracking with metering and entitlements. This is all about measuring usage and outcomes as they happen, controlling entitlements, and ensuring precise, fair monetization. Built-in AI intelligence. This is about AI-powered automation for forecasting, detecting anomalies, and real-time insights. And it's embedded. It's not bolted on. We have seamless integration. Usage Cloud powers billing, ERP, and downstream systems without any disruption. Enterprise-grade scale and volume, Usage Cloud is proven to handle hundreds of billions of events daily with finance-grade accuracy, and now it's available to companies of any size. Flexible deployment. Usage Cloud is available both as a public edition, so SaaS, true multi-tenant, and a private edition, a single-tenant version managed by our trusted partners, all to deliver compliance and performance needs that our customers need. So let's dive in, and I'm going to show you how we're helping companies master their usage data and build the future of revenue one usage moment at a time.
So I think there are two things. One is that due to technological changes, we're getting more granular data faster, so we have a closer relationships to the products that we have in field with customers. So that is one thing. And the second change is AI. So AI is, of course, unlocking a lot of capabilities, but it does so with a lot of cost. So that means that the innovation in monetization is being forced because it's no longer sort of free to sell software solutions. So these things really are sort of what is driving a lot of the change. And then it is being weaponized because the data granularity and the speed allows for faster testing and iteration on pricing models. And there is this shift where the market, because of the cost of AI, is just accepting that we need new pricing models, new monetization models in order to cover AI costs. So most customers are accepting the fact that it is no longer free and it is hard to distinguish what has cost structures, what hasn't. So vendors are allowed to innovate more and test more things. And you can see that the companies that do so at an increasing rate. So I think two things comes next. I think one is that a lot of usage-based pricing is going to be replaced by credit systems or credit models, which essentially is a form of usage-based pricing paid upfront. So instead of getting access to a product and then paying in arrears depending on usage, I'm now paying upfront for a certain amount of usage, and I'm then drawn down, and any unused usage then rolls over as credits to the next period. So this has a balancing effect on upfront cash flow and risk between vendor and customer that I think is why a credit-based model is winning a lot. So that's sort of the one thing that I think we're going to see a lot of credit-based systems, and we already are. The second thing that we'll see is that there is going to be a sort of a less, let's say, focus on any single model. And I think that a lot of companies are going to choose between traditional license-based models, usage-based model, and credit-based models, depending on what is right for their particular situation and product. And I think that maturity we'll see a lot of in the next 3 to 5 years because the market is going to force it. One thing is that in order for you to send an invoice, you usually want it based on something that is relatively more real and has a business context. So if the data is 3 months old, it's not really going to work. You want to be able to bill for the most recent period. So that's sort of let's say the very first level of that problem. The second level of it is that the more data is delayed, the less it tends to be trusted, and the less sort of trust your customer will have in your ability to execute it correctly and fairly. So we just see that the ability to measure data real time, have it audited, have it traced, and have it delivered to the customer so they have a, let's say, tracking of their own usage, generates a lot of trust in the relationship and makes them allow you to charge them on a usage-based product. This also usually provides the foundation for you to be able to then forecast that usage and say, you have spent this much in the past 3 months, and we anticipate that you will spend this much in the next 3 months. And finally, there is this control element that if the data is not real time, it's really hard to control.
So we're going to start by looking at some of the key capabilities of usage data management. Usage data management connects and processes real-time usage data from any source in any format and turns it into relevant, trusted, and finance-grade value in real time. It collects, corrects, and contextualizes messy data, turning chaos into Clarity. Let's sign in and have a look. So we're really excited to share this redesigned user experience with you. It brings full observability, automation, and control to your usage data. With Usage Cloud, you can create workflows like this one here effortlessly. In this example, we're looking at a workflow for AI monetization. Workflows allow you to test, adapt, and scale new products, bundles, and dynamic prices with ease. And with an extensive library of pre-built integrations, Usage Cloud enables a collection of raw usage from countless sources in multiple formats, all at scale, consolidating all of your raw usage into Usage Cloud. Now, to make life even easier for all of our heroes, we also provide an AI assistant that supports you throughout the process, serving as a trusted advisor 24/7. Now, collecting data is one thing. Ensuring its quality is a completely different beast. In most cases, the usage data that is collected is raw, it's incomplete, it's dirty, simply not ready for finance-grade needs, AI, or fully automated operations. If the quality of data is not addressed, it will inevitably lead to revenue leakage, billing disputes, and unhappy customers. That's why we have data correction. So looking at the data correction dashboard, I quickly get an overview of how many errors I'm faced with and how many streams and records are impacted. Now let's have a look at the second one here. Here I can see that I have 15 usage records, 15 usage events with no user attached to them. This means my service is being consumed, but I don't have anyone I can bill that consumption for. And from a business perspective, this of course means that I'm facing revenue leakage. And as a business, I have the ever-pressing billing cycle that I need to keep up with. So what I want to do is correct them right away and reprocess them so I'm not disrupting my billing cycle. And at a later stage, I can get back and do a root cause analysis. So going back to the overview of data correction, I can see that I have now corrected these usage events and I am now able to bill them, avoiding revenue leakage. Now, for finance and RevOps teams, traceability and visibility is key. Audit provides data visualization, helping users, including finance teams, make informed decisions quickly and intuitively. So let's have a look at audit. Now this first view, the audit dashboard, provides me with a quick glimpse of what's going on in Usage Cloud. How many usage events are sent to correction, how many duplicates I have, and overall input and output for any given time period. Next, we have usage audit. Here I get an overview of all the transactions that have been processed by Usage Cloud, with timestamps and file names to ensure full auditability and traceability. And next, we have stream audit. Here I can check the health and status of all my streams that are processing the transactions we just looked at. And I can even drill down and check on every individual function that make up the individual streams. Now that we've covered usage data management, let's take a closer look at the second core pillar, usage tracking. In the world of AI, usage tracking is key, as it allows businesses to measure usage and outcomes in real time as they happen. In Usage Cloud, we enable the tracking of usage through usage metering. With its ease of use, usage metering allows users to configure meters and track customer usage of any given service or product. In this example, we're tracking usage of an AI service. In this case, it's measured in tokens. Now, in this simplified version, I have 5 customers. In the top 2, we're simply tracking their consumption. As you can see, there are no restrictions in the form of capacity or thresholds. Now, these 2 customers can essentially consume as much as they want. For the other 3 customers, we have limited their capacity and added thresholds. This is usage control. Usage control is all about controlling consumptions, or in other words, entitlements. Entitlements that define who can use what, when, and how much, ensuring that every event is monetized precisely, fairly, and profitably, ensuring that no overages occur. Now, in the world of AI, overage can be extremely costly, both for businesses, but also for customers. So in this example, we've set up 5 different thresholds. Each customer has 1,000 AI tokens available in their free tier. As you can see, we send 3 notifications. First one is sent at 50%, the other one is sent at 75%, and then the final one is sent at 100%. So when they reach these thresholds, we send them a notification warning them that you have now consumed this much. As you can see, we also have 2 bonus thresholds. We have one where we send an upgrade offer. So when they reach 90% of their capacity, we nudge them with an offer to upgrade to a paid plan. And then finally, and maybe most important, we actually restrict usage when they reach a certain threshold. And this, of course, is to avoid any overages. Now, seeing that Usage Cloud is the world's first intelligent usage data platform, it offers built-in, not bolt-on AI assistance and AI intelligence. Usage intelligence that we're going to have a look at now goes beyond automating processes. It anticipates them, forecasting demand, detecting anomalies, and revealing insights as they unfold in real time. And we're going to start with anomaly detection. Anomaly detection is all about leveraging machine learning and AI to automatically and proactively identify any data discrepancies as early as possible in your billing cycle. So let's have a closer look. Here I'm looking at the dashboard for anomaly detection. Very intuitive. I get a quick overview of what's going on, and I can quickly see that I have a number of anomalies that need my attention. I drill down. I can filter on to just show the anomalies. I select an anomaly that I want to have a closer look at. I'm able to study what's happened over time. And one thing that's really, really cool here is that we're also leveraging Gen AI. So we leverage Gen AI to describe this potential anomaly in plain English. And essentially what this means is that anyone working at the company can understand what is happening. You don't need to be a technical individual to understand what's wrong. So I'm going to confirm this as an anomaly because something definitely looks wrong here. So I'm going to go up and I'm going to create a support ticket so I can contact my colleagues in the support team. They can do a root cause analysis and we can address the problem. And now, this proactive approach to ensuring data quality has a massive impact for businesses today. It drastically reduces revenue leakage by ensuring all usage data is correct early on in the billing cycle, and that all usage is monetized. Now, anomaly detection also reduces the need for painstakingly time-consuming manual work throughout the billing cycle. Now, let's have a look at the other core component of usage intelligence, namely usage forecasting. And I really believe that usage forecasting is a game changer. In the world of traditional SaaS, flat fee and seat-based subscriptions, forecasting was never an issue. In the world of usage, on the other hand, especially when we're talking about AI services being rolled out, forecasting usage is proving to be a real challenge and one of the main inhibitors to taking the leap to usage-based business models. Usage forecasting removes that uncertainty and puts you back in the driver's seat. Usage forecasting provides precise usage predictions, allows tracking of actual versus forecasted usage, and this forecasted usage can in turn inform pricing strategies and experimentation for optimized revenue and provide businesses with the ability to quickly adapt to changes in the market and changes to customer behavior. So the example that we're looking at here I can see my actual usage, but I can also see the forecasted usage. I can quickly see any deviations from that predicted usage. And now this is really important because as you can see in the big drop here, as a business owner, this is telling me that something is off. In the future, these users are going to risk churning. So I need to look at my offering to my customers and act upon it as soon as possible. Now that we've unboxed Usage Cloud, let's take a closer look at the real-world impact and what it means for your business. First, let's talk about innovation. In today's market, speed is everything. Usage Cloud empowers your teams to launch new products, bundles, and business models in days, not months. And we've actually seen customers accelerate their time to market by 30 to 40% when launching AI-augmented products. That's not just incremental improvement, that is a game changer for staying ahead of the competition and exceeding your customers' expectations. Secondly, we're tackling operational complexity and cost head on. Our configure, don't code approach and modern integration frameworks mean that your engineering and operations teams can move away from rigid, homegrown systems. And the result of all of this? A 20 to 30% reduction in total cost of ownership, fewer incidents, and faster change cycles. Your teams get to spend more time innovating and less time maintaining. For finance and revenue operations, Usage Cloud delivers finance-grade accuracy and revenue protection. With trusted, real-time data, built-in intelligence, manual work is a thing of the past. Finance teams can now forecast usage, control fluctuating revenues and costs, recognize revenue in real time, and eliminate reconciliation pain. And we're talking about 5 to 10% lower cost to bill, up to 5% less revenue leakage, and significant OPEX savings, all driven by automation and precision. But it's not just about numbers, it's also about trust and transparency. Usage Cloud gives you clarity, control, and confidence. Business leaders get a unified, real-time view of usage data. Engineering teams control even the most complex data flows, and finance can trust every number. And your customers, they get the fairness, flexibility, and transparency they demand, expect in today's economy. Usage Cloud is here today, and with it, a completely new platform, expanded AI intelligence, and a redesigned experience that brings full observability, automation, and control to your usage data, all in real time. But wait, there's more. Usage Cloud is designed to solve today's challenges related to usage-based business models and tomorrow's. And I'm really excited to give you all a glimpse of what's in store for the future of Usage Cloud. As you just saw, Usage Cloud is very much already in the age of AI, but we're not stopping here. AI will continue to be an integral part of Usage Cloud. And I showcased how we're already providing our users with an AI assistant today. In the future, this AI assistant will take on the role of agentic AI to efficiently support operations in their daily tasks within Usage Cloud. Usage intelligence will continue to evolve with new use cases, for example, churn prediction. But maybe even more exciting is that we will be closing the loop in usage intelligence. I'll explain what I mean. Today, when an anomaly is proactively detected, a human is notified and tasked with correcting the erroneous data. In the future, Usage Cloud will not only proactively detect the corrupt data, but also take action and correct the data before feeding it back into the billing process. We're going to continue to expand Usage Cloud, delivering extensive business logic, pricing capabilities, intent-driven and autonomous usage monetization. I hope you're all as excited about this as I am, because I know I sure am. Thank you for joining.
Now you know what is ahead. Now you know what is available and what can power you when you shift to live in monetization. Whether you are monetizing AI, shifting towards usage-based pricing models, modernizing your stack, or simply guarding your revenues. A big thanks to all of you watching and being with us today. That means the world to us. And let the word spread. This launch will live on YouTube, so you can share it with your colleagues, peers, and friends. Yes, I know, your mind is full of questions, more questions and even more questions. And the best way to turn all of that into clarity and action is very, very simple. Go to our website and book a deep dive demo or sit down one-on-one with our experts. Or join our Usage Unlocked virtual roundtable, hosted by Emil and his colleague Jonas. Those roundtables are intentionally small, but you can register your interest and we will find a seat for you. That's my promise. Usage Unlocked is a pragmatic and absolutely ask us anything type of session. We keep them behind the closed doors for a good reason, because we want real conversations to happen. Follow us on LinkedIn, visit our website for upcoming sessions and events near you. There are multiple ways to find us. And now you know which door to open. See you soon, and thank you very, very much.